Praise the Lord. Good morning. Happy Father's Day to all dads, papas, paws, biological fathers, stepfathers, stepdads, surrogate fathers, and men who are examples of a dad. I miss my dad. My dad died in my arms September 16th, 2000, 2 days before his 64th birthday. I was dreaming that he was calling my name. And I was talking in my sleep, and he was in the other room talking in his sleep, answering me. And he kept calling my name, TD. And I was like, huh? He said, you're talking in your sleep, and I'm talking back to you. And we both started laughing. And I looked at the clock. It was 6:07 a.m. I said, would you like a cup of coffee? He said, yeah. And it stopped. And I said, bless you. I thought he had sneezed. I said, Pop, bless you. I said, Pop, bless you. I said, you're not going to say thank you? And I said, God bless you, Pop. And he said, yeah. So I was like, that didn't sound right. So I walked in the room. I said, would you like a cup of coffee? 2 teaspoons of sugar leveled off evenly. And when I walked in the room, I was walking to the room, asking him how would he like his coffee, the usual. 2 teaspoons of sugar leveled off. And when I walked in, he was holding onto the headboard. And he was swinging with his left arm, holding to the headboard with his right arm. He had COPD, emphysema, poor thing, and lung cancer. He had a Swan catheter, oxygen tank. I remember cleaning the catheter and the oxygen tank and all the tubing and the mucus, the snot, the saliva, the blood would be just so thick in, and I would just have to stomach it and clean the medical devices, and the pumps, and it was just putrid. But it was a duty that I had been assigned by our Father in heaven. Sometimes, excuse me, allergies, we get mad and upset because our sisters and brothers, our siblings are not, quote unquote, helping, or maybe they don't have the mind, maybe they don't have the stomach, they haven't been assigned this moralistic, this moral duty to take care of mama or daddy. I had him for almost 2 years as I leave this alone. And holding on to the headboard and swinging, I thought he was dreaming. And I said, Papa, you're dreaming. I touched him on his shoulder. And then he started making this weird noise like he was chewing some hard candy, and all of a sudden urination and defecation and snot, saliva started, just blood started coming out of his nose, and he fell, and I called him, and we both hit the floor, wham! And I turned him over, and his eyes was open, and he was in cardiac arrest, and I didn't realize he was in cardiac arrest until I saw his chest going up and down. And I grabbed the phone so quick and dialed 911. I said, please, a lady answered the phone. Can you please send an ambulance to 2707 Poplar Avenue, please? And she said, hold on. And she came back to the line. You want me to stay on the line with you? And for some reason to this day, I said, no, we got this. And I hung the phone up and I started CPR. I went down one time, pow, broke his ribs. So I called my mom. I said, Mom. I said, Pops is having a seizure, a stroke, or a heart attack or something. I tried to do CPR and I broke his ribs. She put a spoon in his throat, put a spoon in his mouth. If you bite down on it, we got a chance, and just do the best you can. I put a spoon in his throat, in his mouth. Doom. No reaction. I touched his forehead. His forehead was already cool. His face was warm. He was dead. He was shutting down. He was dying. He was already dead, but his body was cooling off in stages. And so I just held him and rocked, and his chest was going up and down, few and fewer breaths, and he was already gone. I was sobbing, and something said, you better pray. And I started praying. I said, Lord God, if this is the devil, then you stop him. But if this is you, you let your will be done. And all of a sudden, he stopped moving. It's like he let out a sigh. The birds stopped singing. The curtain stopped swinging from the wind. The funeral procession of God was was in the room. And all of a sudden I heard a siren getting closer and closer and closer. I knew it was the people coming to claim his remains. And I heard a rapid knock on the door, real stern and heavy. And I said, come on back. And here it is, these people, these paramedics, these EMTs have enough respect to knock on the door of a dead man, dying man already in transition, my papa, to heaven. My daddy was saved. He was a good man. He was funny. He had a great sense of humor. He was smart. You can teach him something one time. He could build a mailbox from 2 rocks. You could show him something with carpentry and he wouldn't forget. You teach him how to drive a Peterbilt or Kenilworth diesel, a truck, 18-wheeler. And he never forgot. He learned by ear. He learned by heart. He learned by mind and eye. And I miss my dad, my best friend. My best friend, man. So when they came down the hallway with their gear, I stood back and watched them work on him, trying to resuscitate him. And finally I started screaming, stop, stop, stop. He's gone. He's been gone. And all of a sudden I heard the young lady say, we got a pulse. And the race was on. We ran up the hallway as quick as we could. My family, my mom, and my sisters were pulling up as we were coming out of his house. And we got an ambulance, and it was one of the fastest rides I've ever been on in my life. And we were going so fast, and I couldn't stand to look back through the little square and watch him work on him. And I had so many questions in my mind. I remember asking the ambulance driver, I said, sir, before you guys came, he was making this weird noise like he was chewing some jawbreakers, some hard candy. And the noise and he was making, I said, it just sounded like he was chewing on some hard candy. What was that noise? And all of a sudden he said, what did you say? And I repeated myself, and he reached up and he turned off the sirens, and he knocked on the back glass, and he looked back at him, and they nodded. And he said, well, young man, those were his last breaths. So we got to Huntsville Hospital. My mom was there, my sisters, my auntie, all the family members in the family room. And I already knew he was gone, so I just wanted to, I wanted them to realize and recognize that this false hope was exactly that. He was gone. So I went outside, and my other auntie, Annie, was pulling up, and she saw me. She said, how's my brother? I said, TT, he's gone. So we cried in the parking lot in the emergency room at Huntsville Hospital. Went in, and all of a sudden the doctor came in. He started talking about, he gave us his name, his team, and the cardiology schools he had attended, the awards his team had won in Northern Alabama. And then he gave us that spiel. And all of a sudden, he gave us that spiel. I'm sorry, but Mr. Davis didn't make it. So I told my mom, Mom, I just want to be alone with him for a minute, and asked the family to allow me just to see his remains. And I told him I was going to do the best I could going forward in life. And I thanked him for being the beautiful dad he is and was. And I kept up my end of the bargain. I've been doing the best I can with what I have, where I am. Happy Father's Day to all dads, stepdads, and real dads. Do the best you can going forward. Make up with your child. Don't hold drugs. Don't hold a grudge against your child because of drugs. The drugs got them, and the grudge is keeping them from really, really trying at times. Happy Father's Day. You gotta be shaking. Enjoy this day. If you have all against your dad or your mom, call them and make up. Trust me, you don't want this pain in your chest when God called your mom and dad home to glory. But happy Father's Day. Be the kingdom that you're supposed to be, and not the dumb king that some of us have been being. God keeping, God bless you is my prayer. I miss you, Papa. I love you. And I'm going to keep doing the best I can where I'm at with what I have. And I won't let you, I won't let God, and I won't let myself down. Happy Father's Day. Love your dad. Tell your dad happy Father's Day. Spend time with your dad. Don't rush him. Peace. One.